to summarize in any way you'd like. I think we have enough time to give you each about 2 minutes on this, I believe. And we will start, I believe, with Mr. Who started last time? I get a little lost, I apologize. Mr. Green, let's start with you, and then we will, 2 minutes for each person to summarize your thoughts.
Thank you all for coming. Well, I don't think this chamber banquet would have been this big without these candidates, so hats off to these guys. They're all good guys. The good thing this time is we're going to have choices. Sometimes in the past we haven't had choices. So we're going to have choices, and may the best candidate win. So hats off to these guys again. I wanted to be a game warden for a long time, and I've spent my tenure doing it, and I loved every minute of it. I retired early so I could run for sheriff. These opportunities don't come around very often. I could have stayed 10 more years and drawn 100% of my salary. I chose not to. I retired early because I want to give back to a community that's been so good to me. I mentioned earlier that I have a special needs child. I'm not using him as a crutch, but it's a big reason why I want to do what I'm doing. I didn't think about doing this 6 or 8 months ago. I've been cultivating this for over a decade. I've made relationships all over this county while I patrol and heard the encouraging words from others that they saw in me what a sheriff needs to be. I promise you that I'm not doing this for personal gain. I'm not doing this for any ego or any power trip. I have the most authority of any peace officer in the state, practically, as a game warden. So I'm not doing it for that reason. I watched this community rally around me and my wife, and especially my son Braxton. We were in the hospital. A lot of those gentlemen are in here. They helped us with medical. They helped us with hotel expenses and food while we were 3 months in Dallas. Got back and had golf tournament fundraisers, benefits. The Harley Long Riders came out and did a benefit. Listen, I want to give back to a community that has been so good to me and my family. And my heart's in it. I believe in what I'm doing. And I promise you, I'll make the best sheriff of this county seen in 30 plus years.
Website or a campaign email address, folks can follow up with you on anything else they have to ask. Feel free to do that as well. If you have anything you want to put out there, website or email address you'd like to.
ChrisGreenForSheriff.com.
Okay, all right. Okay, and Mr. Russ.
I too have been blessed by this community. My son is the constable here in Precinct 3, and I've donated over 14,000 hours to the citizens here in Precinct 3. I enjoy every day. I'm a businessman that turned into a captain of the constable's office, and I've seen over the last 9 years some changes that I would like to make. I know I can make them, and I know I'd be an excellent sheriff, and I would listen to each and every one of you, and I would appreciate your support. Thank you.
Mr. Russ, your website, if you have one.
ElectDonnerSheriff.com.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Smith.
I want to go back just a second to one of the candidates that responded about all of the recent East Texas Fair and the football games and all these other events where they've had security here. I agree we have to do that. We need to do that. But we've got to set our priorities in order. That might be when we have the 23 unsolved homicides and the hour-and-a-half response times. That's what I'm telling you. You have to set your priorities and you have to set them right. And I disagree with what one of the other ones about that. Well, I'll just go ahead and say, because Chris is the only one who used to be a game warden here. I might as well call his name. Game warden is not the chief law enforcement officer. The county sheriff is. He's the chief elected official, chief law enforcement officer of the county. I've served 34 and a half years in law enforcement. I've worked any kind of crime you can think of. I think I prepared myself. Not that I might as well go ahead and admit I'm probably the one that's just knew 8 months ago was going to run for sheriff. But I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm not doing it because I need a sheriff title behind my name. I work all over the United States, all over the world. I don't need that. But I want to be your sheriff because I have the qualifications. I can get this ship turned around and headed out in the right direction. And I want to do it. I want to be your next sheriff. My website, right before that, this Sunday, 3 to 6, I'm going to give you a little advertisement here. We're having an event out here at Whitehouse at Victoria Station. Anybody's welcome to come, listen to further what I have to say. My website is LarrySmithForSheriff.com. Thank you.
Last minute, so let's do 1 minute for Mr.
Just 1 minute. I do want to bring up the fact that we were discussing the pipe bomber and how important that was to get taken care of. The videotape that they're going to use in court is out of my vehicle, my dash cam. Now, I don't talk a lot about it, but I was there. My son was there. In fact, he was there when they were taken down. So, again, we're quiet, but we were there. Constable's office was there. Thank you.
In Mr. Russ' video, I'm the one up there putting the handcuffs on Mr. Knuckles.
First, I want to thank the Whitehouse Chamber for having us here tonight. March 6, 2012, you're going to have decisions to make. You're going to have decisions to make if you want a sheriff who have the experience, who've been running the department, who've been in the trenches for you for the last 31 years. You're going to have a choice if you want a sheriff who's been sitting back for the last 20 years, waiting till something to happen, and then in response. You're going to have a choice that you want a sheriff who's been working, checking your driver license for fishing, checking how long your fishing is. You're going to have that choice in March. You're going to have a choice that you got a new jail that will be coming online May or June 2013, right after whoever take office, and I hope it's me, because I have a team already working. I work with the architects every day, building your new jails that you just passed. You have to ask yourself, do you want to go back or do you want to go forward? Do you want to get the jail built and cannot run it because you don't have the proper people to run in the jail? On my staff, I have people that go out and teach other jails how to run jail. We have never not passed jail standard since I've been the chief deputy in Smith County. All the jails around us have not passed inspection, but we have, because we got people that know what they're doing and know how to operate. And
do you want to finish that thought? 5 seconds.
I just go ahead and give you my website. It's BobbyGarman.com.
No disrespect, Bobby, but since you dissed me a little bit with fishing license thing, that with our current qualifications, you wouldn't even qualify to be a game warden.
Let's give them all. I think we're all good. Any final thoughts for anybody? I think we're 5 seconds for you, sir.
To answer this question, I never dreamed of being a gang warden. I've been doing what I want to do here for the last 31 years. You can see what I've been doing.
Again, all the candidates have websites and ways to contact them. This is the first case. I'm sure we'll have more events like this. So we want to just give these gentlemen a round of applause.